Okay, we're live. We've got Spry's twin sister, Fee, here. And I'm gonna... Now for some reason if you're making comments, I'm not able to see them. And I don't know why. But I'm gonna wait and see if people come on. But I'm in my garage. I might have reception. I'm hoping I have reception. Chris is here with Fee. We're going to have Chris actually do a session with her on hold. He has started, what, twice you've done it?
Yep, 2 sessions.
He's done 2 sessions with hold so far. And obviously a new place for Fee here. But we're going to have Chris do one. And then Chris asked if I would do one with her. So I'm going to do one after. Then we're going to go get Spry. And Spry has not done this yet. So we're going to have Spry for her very first time doing a session of hold conditioning. And then the thing about it is once we start, I have to do it. So I have to see it through. The nice part about Spry is she's retrieving really well. So first things first, dogs just got to settle in. So before we do anything, Fee's going to have to settle, and she's excited. That's for sure. So if you've watched us do hold conditioning before, I did it with Kimber, I did it with Ellie live, we did them with Jet, and we did it with Dan. And the first night's usually pretty boring because it's usually just getting these guys to settle in and quit pulling on this. So I've got it set up where I can adjust my height. If I've got a little bit shorter dog, I hook it to here. I might put that on it for her. I want it to be loose. I don't want it to be real tight. So, but she's going to settle in. This is her 3rd session of hold, first time here, so that could affect it. Then I'm going to go get Spry, and we're going to do Spry's very first time. But one thing with Spry is she's retrieving really well. And so I'm going to this because I feel like the timing, I haven't run into any issues, so I might as well get it out of the way. She holds really well and delivers, and you guys have seen that over the last, well, I guess I didn't really show it. But a month ago, we were making some progress with retrieving. She's come a long way in the last 4 weeks. So she delivers real well. So I've encouraged that hold. So it's become very natural for her. So I'm going to spin this around. And I'm going to show, Chris is going to slide into that spot. Again, we're just going with a wooden dowel. But first thing we're going to do, and she's settling actually in pretty nice. I would just have her settle until that pressure comes off of her neck before you go in for your first one. But we're just going to watch Chris do it and see how this goes. Now, Chris has told me that for the first couple of times, she accepted it and took the dowel really easily, right? Mm-hmm. She wanted to take it. Right. And then last time, she spit it, right? She dropped it out.
Yep, she
so
spit it.
They got to drop it in order for them to understand that they need to hold on to it. And so once she dropped it, Chris put it back in, and she fought it after that, right? She didn't want to take it anymore. So this is a mental thing, and I've seen it before where dogs take it acceptingly and really willingly, and they want to take it and hold it in their mouth, and that's fine. And then all of a sudden they spit it out, and we correct, and they go, I just don't want it in my mouth again. So now it's a mental thing of them understanding they did it on their terms. They need to do it on our terms. So she's there right now. Spry, I expect tonight, will take it really well because she just holds so well. So Spry's going to have to go through it as well. She's going to have to drop it and get corrected and not want to have it in her mouth and then put it back in her mouth. And so it's going to take a while. It's a couple-week process, and we're starting it tonight. So, Chris, why don't you start out? I like how she's just settled in. There's been a definite change in her whole body language.
Hold. 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 Hold.
Had a call come in.
Hold. 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 Hold.
I'd get it out.
Pass me. Good girl.
So the reason I said I'd get it out is because that was so good. Don't go any longer, especially on the first one.
Good.
I go right back in.
Sit. 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 Sit down. Come on. Sit down.
Now Fee is real excitable. She's just a real excitable dog. It's one of Chris's struggles.
Hold. Hold. Good. Pasty. Good girl.
Good girl. Now you're using pasty as your drop command
Youper.
from the UP. So I don't care what the word is as long as you're
Sit.
consistent.
Sit.
And her focus is on that dowel. I mean, Chris is struggling with retrieving with her. This is going to fix a lot of that. It's really not her retrieve, it's her delivery.
Right.
I mean, she wants to hunt, all that stuff. She's just not delivering well. So this is going to fix that. I thought that was really nice.
Ready?
One thing I would do is I'd turn her whole body and square her back up to you a little bit better and get her to start. That's going to help you get some focus. Like, she has a tendency to want to look away.
Right. Sit.
And so her looking away, I don't want her hoarding. I want her, because I actually want you getting eye contact with her.
See. Hold.
He gets her gums up out of the way and make sure they're not getting pinched.
Hold. Good.
She's got a nice hold.
Hold. Hold.
That's it.
Hold.
Just hold it right there.
Hold.
Now just slowly bring it down.
Hold. 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 Good. Hold. Good. Good. Hold. Hold. Pasty. Good girl.
That was real nice.
Sit down.
And I don't think your timing is that bad either as far as length. I think that was about right. I do one more with her. That's real nice. I mean, for the third session, that's pretty good.
Right. That was probably our best one yet. Sit.
Session or repetition?
I feel like that was probably our best repetition with the eye contact. She was wagging her tail a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think she was happy about it, but I didn't feel a ton of apprehensiveness
No.
and trying to duck out or anything.
I don't think she wasn't happy. I kind of think she was.
Right. Good. Two. Hold. 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 Hold.
There. Perfect.
Hold. 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 No, no, no. Good. Hold. 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 Good. Hold. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Pasty.
There.
Good job.
Perfect time to get out. That was the nicest one yet. She locked. You see how she kind of locked and actually looked at you?
Mm-hmm.
That was good. I won't go any further. I think that's perfect. You can bring her down.
Yep.
Do you want to go and switch her out then for Spry?
Yep. Sit.
So I thought that was a lot of success,
Sit.
especially because we got chickens and whatnot out here as a distraction.
I thought that was a really nice session for Chris and Fee. Chris is going to go get our Spry, and you're going to see Spry, who would be a couple days back from that. So that was day 3. Really a nice, really nice process for 3 days into it. Again, guys, I can't see if you're making comments, and I don't know what happened to my settings here on my phone. So if you're asking questions, I will answer them after, so fire away. I think that's the value in going live. The good news is, by me starting up with hold conditioning, I have to do it every day. So it's gonna force me to do more live stuff. So I know I've had some people go, what, no more lives. We took about 4 weeks off of it, just for various reasons. I've had a couple other projects that I've been working on. Time-wise, we just haven't had it. But I can't see who's in, and I can't see any comments. So, Chris, you want to hold this for a second? I'll have you flip it around in a second. Actually, what you could do is, I'm going to have Chris. Can you see it? Okay. So I'm going to get Spry over here. I'm going to put her up on. She's not been up here yet, so it could take a bit for her to settle in. You can see her. She's a little uncertain of what's going on here. So I check that out and I see how it looks as far as a fit for her. A lot of similarities between her and her sister. So now we just gotta get her to settle in. Good. Tail still wagging. Very good. 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 She's a little bit timid to move at this moment. I would be too, probably. Good. Good. There. Very good. That's it. Very good. Good. She has a tendency probably to settle a little bit quicker, I would say, than Fee. Right now she's kind of pulling on that. I don't want her pulling on it. This is a lot like when we first tie them out. They freeze. She's real uncomfortable. So before I would even start with something, I just gotta get her to settle in and get comfortable. And that little spill didn't help. Very good. Very good. Good. There. Now, you notice how her body language changed as soon as she scooted forward and it took the pressure off her neck. Like she was tight, she was frozen. As soon as she leaned into it a little bit and it loosened up, her whole body kind of loosened up. So now she's got to just learn that don't pull on this and it's not that uncomfortable. But as soon as she pulls on it, it becomes uncomfortable. I don't want her uncomfortable. So I'm going to let her figure this stuff out first. Good. There, and then she scooches in and she goes, wow, this really isn't that bad. Very good. Very good. 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 That could maybe even come down another nail for her. She's real little. She's one of the smaller ones I've had in a while. What are they, 9 months right now?
Just almost 9 months.
Almost 9 months. So she's never seen this before. So if it does become uncomfortable for her, I don't care because it's a wooden dowel. That's why we're using a wooden dowel. I don't want to use a bumper to start out with because I don't want to connect something negative with something I want them to like. There's a reason why we don't force fetch. I don't need to put pressure and hurt a dog to want to like retrieving. This is something they already like. So don't create negatives and connect it to it. So there's no reason to put negative to it. Instead, I'm just bringing out and sharpening up what she already has, which she's got a pretty natural hold. Even if she didn't have a hold, I can brainwash her into holding without creating negative association. Doesn't make sense to me. Force fetch doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of ways to train dogs, but a lot of times when I ask people why they force fetch, they say it's because it's the way we've always done it. And to me, that just doesn't work. It's not a good reason, I should say. Might work, but we're connecting negatives to stuff that I think they should like. So I like that little tail wagging. I like smiling. I like happiness. I don't like fear. She's excited right now. She's pretty happy. So I'm going to roll her gums up and put that dowel in. Hold. Hold. Don't want her ducking out, so I'm kind of got my fingers in her chin. Hold. 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 Yeah. Very good. First one, that's not bad. I'd call that success. I had my hand pressure on her almost the whole time. So now she's getting kind of excited and she's getting kind of antsy. So I'm not going to go back in for another one until I get a little bit more settle out of her. Good. And that's a nice little change there. So I had pressure on it the whole time to make sure she wasn't going to spit this. Hold. Still will. Hold. Hold. I'm just trying to bracing her. Hold.
She's got a nice firm grip on it. Hold. But she's not chomping. I like that. Hold. 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 As soon as I put my hand on her, chin comes with it. Hold. Hold. There. Hold. Good. Hold. Hold. Dead. Good girl. I really liked how she settled in, tail wagged, she kind of looked at me. Good. And there's another nice change. So she's also learning to settle in and we get to do it again. She doesn't mind this at all right now. Why make it negative? Good. Good. Hold. 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 I don't mind her taking it. She's going to do it on my terms. Hold. She's not going to take it and go over here with it, which is what she wants to do. Hold. 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 If I take my hand off, her head's going that way. Hold. 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 There. Hold. Hold. Probably getting a little long right now. Hold. 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 Dead. Good. I'm going to do one more, but right now it's really down. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Which is fine, because this is the very first time she's figuring out a lot of things right now. But what I'm going to want to work towards is stop having her press. She's really resting her hand right on my hand. Pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Eventually, right now I'm just getting her to stop going like this. So as soon as she stops going like this and she stays like this, now she's pushing down, I'm going to get her to back up. I'm going to keep lifting her until I can take my hand down and she doesn't go like that. That'll come in the next few days. Hold. Hold. Probably shouldn't have given it to her. She was out of position. Hold. Hold. I'm just cradling her chin right now. Hold. You hear? Now we go. Wait a minute. Hold. She wanted to spit it out, and I said no. No. Hold. Here's the first step. Her understand. No. Hold. 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 There. Hold. 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 Dead. Very nice. And I'm done there. Because that time, big difference. She wanted to spit it 2-3 times. I caught it. If you're not paying attention and it falls down and hits the ground, you miss it. So every time she decided, I don't want to hold it anymore. She tried to spit it. It was right here. No, hold. No, I don't hold. No, I don't want to. And then all of a sudden she went, geez, I guess I got to hold this thing. And I was able to take my hand and get it down just a fuzz. She held. Hold. Good. And get out of it. So that's it. First one in the books for her. So I've got, I think, 3 weeks probably. And I'll hope to get done a little sooner than that. But that's a good first session. So I will look back if you guys have questions. I'll try to figure out a way to read it. We're back. We're back with Live with Spry. I think this is number 94. So we'll be putting it on our YouTube page as well. So if you don't follow our YouTube page, check the YouTube out. We have some things on YouTube that we don't have on Facebook. And it's a lot easier to find stuff on YouTube than it is Facebook. But you guys have a great weekend. We started it off well with another Live with Spry. So we're plugging away. So her and her sister are both at that same point right now. Hold conditioning. She's just going to have to get settled in. So we're going to end it on that. You guys have a great weekend. We'll be back tomorrow.